Hey, this is MisterSouji, and this is my first review in a while. It's my first Gunpla review in a while. It's the first review at my new place. I am still setting up, but thought I'd give you guys something to watch. This is the 1/100 Dijeh, whatever, that thing that looks like a gel glue, the Amara pilots. Yeah. This is the Reborn 100 series. Essentially like a big ass high grade with a little bit, a little bit nicer, but same idea, no inner frame. Hollow. But yeah. So just snapped this guy together in a couple days. Didn't take much longer than a high grade. It's pretty nice though. Let's go over articulation. The head has some wires in the back. But even with those, they move around, and they're not really even attached to anything, but they go in this little port in the back. But head goes left and right as far as you'd want it to go. It goes up, down, not a whole lot. And there's a tiny bit of tilt. These shoulders have this, they advertise this ball joint right here, but this ball joint goes out a little bit. It'll kind of pull at it a bit. 360 shoulder rotation. Shoulders go up quite a bit. Nice bend at the elbow. Ball joint at the wrist. This armor on this side is pretty poseable. Now, yeah, that happens sometimes. But the skirt is made to look like it's one piece, but it's actually several pieces that can move on their own. Even the back skirt. And with that, the legs go out pretty far. And no, I'm not doing a crotch copter. The knees could be a little bit better. It's double jointed, but you only get 90 degrees. And that broke. That came off, I mean. And, well, whatever. Yeah, he's coming apart. Just by the design of the ankles, it kind of limits it. Like, there's barely any movement there. And the feet could use a joint in the middle, but there's hardly any forward and back movement. Yeah, this ankle kind of sucks. You can push it up against the side and then twist it and get a little bit more. But considering the size of the suit, it's a little bit bulky. It does what it needs to do. Let me put his arm back on. He's got these binders in the back. These are actually really neat. They flap. They can go up, down. These are on a ball joint, so they can move independently, although the shoulder blocks. Let me see that. You can see it. So the shoulder blocks it. One of the things I really like about this kit, though, is just the attention to detail. Like, these hoses are rubber, but in general, they do stick, they do keep in place. If you bend the knee all the way, they might come out, but they stay in place for the most part. There's a lot of nice surface detail, like on the legs and stuff. There's little indentations. I think what I'm going to do is actually paint all those silver, so you can have put a flat coat on top, paint all those silver. You can't see it. Let's see. You can't see it. I'll try and post a picture, but there's a mono eye in there, and there's a small, let me see if I can get his skull off. Yeah, there's a mono eye in there. Just my light. And that can go left and right, but right next to the mono eye, you can see he's got Gundam eyes. So that's kind of neat. But, yeah, altogether, really well detailed kit. As for accessories, he comes with. And I think these are left over from the Hakushiki, one of the Hakushikis, but he's got this beam rifle. It's nice. The E-cap comes off. The E-cap comes off, just take my word for it. He's got this, and that fits in the hand really well. I haven't had any issues with that. It's got a peg in the hand, and it also has this switch in the top, which actually locks into place. Let me undo this hand, but when you push down on this, let's try that again so you can see it. You push down on the top, that comes out, and that's actually what you grab to hook it into the backpack, which I'll show you in a second. And then it's got this clay bazooka. I wish they kind of gave you another ammo pack. That way, you know, you could have one that's a clay pack and one is a standard rounds pack, but whatever. This handle on the top always stays out. So what you got to do is the instructions say to take the wings off. But what you do is there's a little notch. Well, let me just take the wings off. Yeah, pretty much you just make room, and there those go. Okay, but you make room right there. And you hook this on here. And now it's hooked to his shoulder, and you can do the same thing with the other rifle. And it doesn't really block articulation or anything like that. The other accessory he comes with is his beam naginata, and that stores on the back skirt right here. Let me turn this away. This is the beam naginata, and it stores on the back skirt right here, but it has a tendency of falling off. Maybe after I paint it, it won't be so bad, but with these nice clear parts for both both sides, you put them in, and it's, you know, good size. And let's put that in the hand. I haven't actually done this, so you guys get to watch my first reactions. Hopefully this should just stay right in. These hands are actually, they're not as nice as the builder's parts hands, but they remind me of them. So they're close. And that fits, it seems to fit in there pretty well. That piece on the shoulder seems to be blocking it. Oh, and there goes the wing. Okay, this has gotten super professional. Well, they don't block it that much. But yeah, there you go. You got, you know, it fits in there pretty well. So no issues there. And one thing I forgot to mention about the clay bazooka is these are, I'm assuming, a leftover from some other kit, but they give you a brand new handle for the clay bazooka and the beam rifle. The beam rifle has two pegs, one on each side, so you can hold it with either hand. The beam bazooka, or the clay bazooka, has no pegs. So, you know, this has no problem being held. But, you know, I don't really see a reason for this not to have pegs. So that's a minor gripe. It fits in this hand fine. You can tuck it under the, you know, the armpit, or you can tuck it under the arm and it'll hold. And I think that's how this is supposed to be held. But, you know, just a minor issue. It does come with some seals. A lot of Amuro, Carava Air Force, please don't stick your head in the vent. You know, stuff like that, if it'll focus. So yeah. And last but not least, size comparison to a standard size mobile suit. It's almost as if the same person piloted both of these. He's a little bit bigger than a standard Gundam, and notice his legs are splayed further than his, so, you know, So he's about half an inch taller or whatever. So yeah, not an expensive kit. What was this? I don't have the price with me, but yeah, not an expensive kit. It's, you know, pretty good. Nice color separation. Don't really have any issues other than probably the biggest issue are those ankles and the clay bazooka falling apart. But other than that, a great kit and something that we should have gotten a long time ago. Honestly, don't even know why this is an RE100. Like, this really should be a master grade. Like, I understand Nightingale's too complex and, you know, there's an alternate version of something, so it was only in a book. The GP04 never existed. They turned that into the Gabura Tetra. The Gundam Mach 3 was like a mobile suit variation. But this was one of Amuro's suits that was actually in, you know, Zeta Gundam. Like, it was shown, it was animated. It wasn't on screen for very long, but yeah, I thought we would have gotten this guy a long time ago, but oh well. But yeah, that about does it. I know this is a quick review, but just getting that out there. And hopefully I should be getting some more out.